Okay, here we go again. Another fun and exciting drum video. Again, I want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. The last couple videos have done really well, and I like talking to the folks who watch them and answering questions that you have, and so I appreciate it. So ask as many questions as you want. I'm really happy to answer them. If you have any suggestions, things that you're working on, things that you're struggling with, this is free of charge. There's no money involved. You go to your weekly drum lesson and you pay a hefty fee for that lesson. But here on my YouTube channel, free of charge to you, the listener. You can't beat the price in today's economy. You know what I'm saying? Inflation and everything. That's a good deal. Zero. That's a good cost. So ask away questions. I could probably answer them most of the time I can, but every once in a while there's one that's a little kind of tricky. So, but hey, I'm happy to try. So most of the time I could answer most of your questions. So feel free to keep asking, and I will keep answering. So I'm excited to do it. And today we do a lot of different things on my channel. It's not it's a general channel of a lot of different things. But today is going to be a little more of an intermediate to advanced piece. I'm sure, like most of you, when you wake up at 2 in the morning, the first thing you think about is I'm going to transcribe some rhythms, and that's what I find myself doing. 2:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning. When I wake up, I generally go to my computer and I start transcribing rhythms that I have floating around in my brain. This is normal for everybody, right? It's not just me, is it? Come on, it can't be. Everybody's up at 4 a.m. transcribing rhythms, or 2 a.m. Anyway, it's very important. Here's a tip for you. It's very important to have headphones while you're doing this, so your wife is not hearing the rhythm that you're putting down on your whatever program you use, and as you're playing it back in your head, you're hearing these bass drums, and in the rhythm program I use, every time I put a note in the staff, it makes the sound of the note, so you hear a thud for the bass, or a tom hit, or a hi-hat hit. So this could be a problem at 2:30 a.m. for a wife who has no interest in listening to your new rhythmic ideas that are floating around in your head at that time. So there you go. A little bit of advice to try to make sure you have some nice headphones, or better yet, just go to the couch, which is what I usually do. I get up, I go to the couch, I still put the headphones on, and I start doing this, and usually about 90 minutes. Anyway, I have hundreds, probably, of transcriptions of rhythms over the years that I have transcribed out of my head, and so a little while back, I put out this video about this 5-stroke fill, right? And it was again utilizing 5 strokes, double strokes, right, left, right. So I was kind of in this mindset. So again, it's a true story. So when I'm up at like 2:30, I had this rhythm in my head of this 5-stroke. So it was the Toto groove. I think I put out a couple weeks ago, the fill from a song called How Many Times, and so after that, when I got up at 3 a.m. and I got to my computer and was putting in these ideas, I just put things in place and I listen to them, and I have this idea in my head and I put them out. So I had this idea and I put it down, and it ended up being this groove, and it was in 7, right? Okay, and it utilized this 5-stroke idea, and I had this this right, left, right thing. So out pops this 7. So I kept monkeying around, and then out came this rhythm in 5, and with I'm always messing around with stickings to see how they fit, and with your right hand on the hi-hat, and if you're ghosting with your left hand, or if you're splitting your hands on the bell of the cymbal and your left hand on the hi-hat, and you're doing these patterns and how they sound, and putting it on a some type of computer where you can write your parts out and then play them back. It's interesting. You can move things around. So I encourage everyone to transcribe things. I've always loved transcribing, listening to rhythms, and then transcribing them. It also saves a ton of time. I can't tell you how many times over the years I've just transcribed my drum parts to go to a gig, go to a show, and I don't need nearly as many notes. You know, there was, let's say, little practice time, maybe one chance to practice, and then you're going to a show and you're playing 5 new songs. Well, at least I can transcribe it out and I could write my parts out and I know what's going on. So writing out your parts super important, and it's fun. It's just fun to transcribe things. It's even fun at 3 a.m. Okay, so I get this one in 5, in 7, and then I write this one in 5, and I thought, well, that's kind of interesting, the same kind of pattern. So I've got a rhythm in 5 and a rhythm in 7, and I'm thinking, okay, and then don't ask me why. Again, this is my brain, and it's a little odd in there, so beware, okay? I said 5's and 7's, and for some reason I thought, well, now I got to do something in 9, 5, 7, 9, and I thought, I don't know why, I thought of the Wizard of Oz. So I thought of the Wizard of Oz, lions and tigers and bears, oh my, and I thought of 5's and 7's and 9's, oh my, and I thought, that's it, that's the next video. 5's and 7's and 9's, oh my, and now the only thing is I wasn't really thinking in terms of 9's, and I didn't come up with anything in 9, so nothing interesting anyway. So I had the 5 and the 7, and I said, well, I'm going to make the video anyway. And a long time ago, I did this video on these groupings of 9's, so I just said, well, I'm going to throw that in there to finish off the patterns of 5's and 7's and 9's, oh my. So here we go. We're going to start off with, what are we going to start off with? I guess we could start off with the 5, I guess. So the 5, it's pattern in 5/4, okay? And again, it's going to be up here on the screen. And again, this is probably for more intermediate, advanced students who just enjoy sticking patterns and playing in different time signatures. And remember, for the people that are confused of time signatures, right? 4/4, 5/4, 7/8, all this stuff. So the bottom number tells you what note gets the beat. Okay? So in the case of 5/4, bottom numbers of 4 tells you that the quarter note gets the beat. So there should be 5 quarter notes, or the equivalent, represented in the 1 bar of time. 5/4, right? And there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/4. The next pattern that I wrote out's in 7/8. So it's going to be, the 8 is the bottom number, so it's going to be the 8th note gets 1 beat of time, and there should be the equivalent to 7/8 notes on that in that measure. If not, I counted wrong, which is not totally unusual for me to do that. But I don't think I did in this case. So the first rhythm's in 5/4, 5 beats per measure. Quarter note gets the beat. Second rhythm's going to be in 7/8, 7 beats per measure. 8th note gets the beat. The 9 part is in 4. It's just phrased in 9, so that's different. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start this one out with 5 in 5/4. Again, 2:30 in the morning, this is how my head works. So I had this pattern where I was thinking of turning around this grouping of 3's, right? So I don't want to make it too complex, but if you look at the screen, it's actually pretty easy. So the sticking is really just right, left, left, right, left, left, and then I wanted to reverse that to right, right, left, right, right, left. And then, I don't know why, but it felt good to go right, right, left, left. And then I did this 5-stroke, right, right, left, left, right, and then a left. And there finishes my 5/4 pattern, okay? So if you look at it, it really is like just a bar of 4 in the beginning, right? There's 4 groups of 16th notes. And then on beat 5 are these 32nd notes mixed in with the 2 16ths, okay? So that's basically it. You can kind of count it in 4 and then 1 bar of, or not 1 bar, but 1 beat of 5. However you want to do it. That was the rhythm that popped in my head. So, sticking-wise, right, left, left, right, left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left, and then, okay, which is where that 5 comes in. Okay, so if I'm playing my trusty earphones, headphones on here, so I don't hurt my ears more than they're already hurt. So if I'm playing this, now again, anybody who's watched my channel, you've heard me say this 1,000 times, you'll hear me say it 1,000 more. When I write out a pattern, I've already changed this pattern. I wrote this out on the computer. By the time I came down here to play it, I sort of changed it, I moved it. So this is sort of like the blueprint, right? Gives you the idea. And then you take it and run with it and do your own thing. But this is the idea. So for the folks who will email me or write into the channel saying you really played a snare drum where the hi-hat. That's the point, sort of. So this is the blueprint, and then you need to flesh it out on the drums and work on it, and you'll come up with new ideas from the basic concept, okay? So this was the concept that I did on the computer, and I stick to it for the most part. And then when I'm playing it, I move my hands around and do some different things. But I want you to get the idea of it and then make it your own. Okay, so it starts off pretty easy, right? So right, left, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, left. Okay, and the snare falls on beat 3. Okay, and then beat 4 is just right, right, left, left, right, right, left. And then we got that 5, 1, E, and on beat 5. Now I almost never play it that way. I don't play it much with my right hand on the and, okay? I do it a little different. So now, that's the idea. That's in 5, and so let's play it. The way I like it now. I leave my left hand on the hi-hat for the first half. I bring my left hand to the snare for the right, right, left, I leave my left hand up here for the right, left, left, right, left, left, and then I bring my left hand down for the right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, left. And I like the 2 snare drum notes that I bring off on the snare. I think it kind of helps the 5 kind of have a cool feel. So. What else you gonna do? You're gonna write a groove in 5, okay? So that's it. Slow it down, speed it up, move it around, do whatever you want. You can do an open hi-hat. I think I did a kinds of ways. Split up like this, whatever you want. But I kind of like that too on the hi-hat. The main thing is to get the sticking down, and then it'll work. So there's the groove in 5. All right, moving on. Now it's 3 a.m. and I'm working on something. I'm like, all right, let's try something. And now I got this feel in 7. To be honest, I don't know which one came first, the 5 or the 7. I don't remember. So the 7, but it has the same kind of, I got to put the right thing up. So it has the same kind of thing happening. So this one's in 7/8. That's how I wrote it. And this also has the same 5's, the same doubles. So that same pattern moves into this, okay? So that was obviously on my mind. Again, I had just got done doing the video for the 5-stroke with the Jeff Porcaro thing. So this one, again, you got to watch the sticking, right? It's in 7. So the sticking for this one is right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. Then there's that 5, and then right, left, okay? that's the hand pattern. Okay, same rules apply for this. Hi-hat, cymbal, whatever. Backbeat, for this one, let's see, where do I put it in? I think I put it on, well, what would be 3 in the 7, okay, it would be on beat 3. Okay, so that's kind of the feel, and I think the backbeat, at least now, it might be in some different spots on your transcription, is on beat 3. So that's it, if I could play it. Split it up. I'm not sure which way to play it because I've played it about 8 different ways already, but I kind of like this one better. But I generally like 7 better than 5, so that makes sense. That's the 7. I like that groove. All right, so then I went to sleep. It was probably 4 o'clock, and I was tired. Again, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. The 32nd note 5-stroke. 2 more 16ths. And there, we're gone. See ya. That's it, 7. Okay, so now, lions and tigers and bears, 5's and 7's and 9's. Now I got to do a 9. Okay, well, I went to sleep. I didn't wake up as inspired to do a 9. So I thought about what am I going to do for a 9? Because that's the theme, right? 5's, 7's, and 9's. So what am I going to do? I'm going to play a 9. My favorite 9 that I play when I get a chance, and it's not very often. A long time ago, I did a video. I don't even know what it's called anymore, but it's somewhere on there, somewhere on the channel. There's these 9's, and it's a fill. So I did the 2 rhythms, and I thought, oh, we'll do a fill for the 9. So this is in 4/4 time, but it's just phrased in 9, okay? So it's got a grouping of 2 7's, right? And so these are 16th note triplets. Again, who would have thunk it? Hang on a minute. So 16th note triplets, okay? And then grouped in 9. So the sticking is right, left, left, right, right, left, right, kick, kick. Right, left, left, right, right, left, right, kick, kick. Then the sticking leads with the left, left, right. What does it say on there? That's wrong. It's not left, right, left, left. It's left, right, kick, kick. At least in the sticking that I do it. Okay, so again, right, left, left, right, right, left, kick, kick. Then there you have it. Now, okay, that's basically it. Move it around, and there's your 9 strokes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Okay, so 9, 9, and then there's 6 at the end to resolve it to get back into 4. I've heard this described, this kind of phrasing, as the Weckel 9's. Could be. He does kind of play this kind of fill sometimes, I think, similar. So it could be you know, as much as I've listened to Weckl, I wouldn't doubt that somehow it just became part of my playing. So anyway, and again, orchestration's up to you. So we did 5, 7, 9. That's the Weckl 9. Have fun with that. Put it in as a fill. It fits because it's in 4, so you can just play whatever. Fell off. That's what happens when you're doing the Weckl 9's. Practice, practice, practice. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. 5's and 7's and 9's. Oh my. Okay, so work on these. And remember, when you get up next time at 2:30 a.m. and you're wondering what to do, it's time to write some rhythms, because that's what I'm doing. And I don't know why you're not doing it. 3 a.m., grab your computer. Next thing you know, 5's and 7's and 9's. If I could show you I can't, I don't have it. I wish I could find it. It's sitting out in the other room. There's a stack, I'm not kidding you, this fat of papers that are transcriptions of my 2 to 3:30 a.m. rhythms that I'm just thinking weird things, apparently. And I've got all these linear patterns, and it's usually not 2 and 4. It's not something that you would hear on an AC/DC record. I can tell you that. Not that there's anything wrong with the AC/DC records. I love them. But it's probably not something you're going to hear on one of those records. However, I love transcribing things and moving them around. You know I love stickings. So I love doing the stickings, and it's a great way to do things that you wouldn't normally do. Hey, I would normally do something this way. I'm going to put it on the bell. I'm going to put it on the hi-hat, and then you play it back, and you're like, yeah, that's cool. And then, after you go back to sleep, because it's 4 a.m., then you come down here at around 9 a.m., and you come down and you decide, well, this is more of an acoustic kit thing, or I kind of want to get a real, big stage sound. I'm going to go to the electric kit and put it on and play. And then you kind of get it going there. And the next thing you know, I hit the record button and I'm making a video. Who would have thought? And then it's like 10:30 and I got to get to the school. You know what I'm saying? Because there's actually work to be done over there. So that's and I know a little bit about my life. 2 a.m. to 4:30 transcriptions. Go back to sleep. Wake up at 9, a little breakfast. Come down here, make a video. 10:30, get to the school. Come home, go to sleep, start the whole process all over again. There you go. Not too bad, right? Okay, practice, practice, practice. Have fun with these. A little tricky. Stickings. Remember the stickings. Make up your own stickings. Move them around. Check out the transcriptions above. Make your own transcriptions. There's all kinds of rhythm programs you can buy. I don't recommend one over the other, whatever you like, but there's all kinds of different ones. So you can buy them and you could move notes around and make things, transcribe songs, and then just come up with your own ideas. And before we had these, we would just sit. I remember sitting in a classroom with a friend way back in the day, clicking his sticks, and we had to transcribe what he was clicking, and then we would click our sticks. So we've come a long way with programs and computers, and now whatever your brain can think of, you can transcribe. So it's pretty cool. So come up with patterns, transcribe them, then play them, and then make them part of your playing. Practice, practice, practice. Like and subscribe. Send me questions. Send me answers. You can send me an answer sometimes. Let's see, do I have a question? Give me, how about, here's a good question. How about 3 drummers that I don't know? What do you think of that? You don't know anything about me, but 3 drummers that have really inspired you, but they aren't maybe the ones that everyone thinks about. I've done videos like this, okay? Let me give you one. One of my favorite drummers that you probably may not have heard of. The guy's name is James Bradley Jr. What do you think of that? Great drummer. So someone like that you may not have heard of, James Bradley Jr., another great drummer named Cliff Almond. There's two guys, tremendous players, lots of influence on me, both of those guys. So that's the idea. Don't tell me, Phil Rudd from, AC/DC, or I really like Ainsley Dunbar. He was the drummer before Steve Smith. Yeah, I know. Most people, those drummers are famous. Some of these drummers, great drummers, but you don't hear about them as much. So maybe someone like that I could listen to and go, wow, that was inspiring. Because I love to hear great drummers, right? Love to hear great drummers play. So there's two, James Bradley Jr., Cliff Almond. Check them out. Excellent players. And 5's and 7's and 9's, oh my, have fun with them. Break them apart, tear them up, make them your own. We'll see you next time. I don't know what I'm going to do. It just depends on what I'm thinking at 4 a.m. I don't even have my sticks anymore. Hang on a minute. I don't really need to transcribe that.